Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about what else? Sex in the City. All right, here. So I'm here to blow up your myths about Sex in the City. Okay. Okay. No, not really. I'm actually a fan of the show. I absolutely love the show. That's why I watched it, and that's why I'm doing these YouTube reviews. The reason I'm doing this is because the biggest problem I had with Sex and the City when I watched it back in the day when it first came out was I didn't really like the way they were treating the straight guys. Straight guys were always getting the short end of the stick. They're always being treated like cartoon characters. They're always doing things that weren't believable, weren't realistic. So I didn't like the way straight men were being portrayed. Okay. Now I know the show wasn't written for me. Okay, it wasn't. Like, it was written for women and gay guys. Okay, they're the ones that created the show. They're the ones that wrote the show. That was the target audience. It wasn't me. Nobody cared what we thought about it. And most of all of my straight friends, all my straight guy friends, did not watch this show. Okay, I was the only one that watched it, and the only reason I watched it is because all the hot girls I knew. I was single back then, hot to trot. I was dating. I was on the market. I was dating. All the girls that I was attracted to were watching this show. So they all had that in common. So I wanted to get in on that and find out what the hell they're all watching. What the hell is so special about this? Then I found out what was so special. I was, okay, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. So I got hooked on the show. And then when I found out they were reviving it to that piece of shit show And Just Like Crap, which I've already reviewed. It's on this channel if you want to watch it. That's a piece of shit. But once that happened, it renewed my interest. So I decided I'd go back in time and rewatch all the episodes. I've seen them all before. I've watched all 94 episodes. I watched both movies. And just kind of relive my youth and see how things have changed since then to now. And not just the locations and technology, but like my attitudes, my feelings have changed since back then. I'm not in my 20s anymore, So that's why I'm doing this, but I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. I don't bullshit here. If you're easily triggered, get the fuck out, all right? I'm going to curse here. I'm going to tell you things. You probably won't agree with it, but I'm telling you a straight man's point of view. I'm going to tell you the stuff that your boyfriends, your husbands, your dads never fucking told you or aren't going to tell you, okay? I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth, okay? And when they get it right, I'm going to say that too, okay? Most of the time they get it wrong, okay? So let's begin here. The episode we're talking about today is Sex in the City, the original show. This episode aired in the year 2000, right? A year before September 11th. This episode is season 3, episode 13. The title of this episode is Escape from New York. Escape from New York, which is a take on the John Carpenter movie Escape from New York, which came out in 1981, I think. Anyway. All right. So it starts out with Carrie smoking and she's depressed. Okay. She just broke up with Big. Big broke up with her last episode because she admitted the day of Charlotte's wedding, she admitted that she had cheated on him with Big. And she'd been doing it for a long time. That affair ended because she got busted, and then she confessed about it, and now he dumped her, okay, which he should have done a long time ago, honestly. But she's upset because now she lost her boyfriend, and now she lost Big, too. All right, so to get over this, she decides to go to L.A. on a vacation, and she's going to take Samantha and Miranda with her. Charlotte is on her honeymoon in Bermuda, and she just came back. All right, so Hollywood has an option for her column Sex in the City. They want to make it into a movie. So she needs to talk to some producers in Hollywood and see if they're gonna buy it, and do the movie. So Charlotte comes back right before they leave. So they have all breakfast together. Charlotte shows all these pictures from Bermuda where they were golfing a lot. Her and Trey were golfing a lot. Okay, and she had a great time and all that kind of stuff, And then Samantha and Miranda leave to go pack. Okay, and that's when Charlotte and Carrie have a little heart-to-heart together. And they said, who goes first? Okay. Charlotte's like, we didn't have sex the entire time I was on my honeymoon. We never had sex. Carrie's like, she's like, Aiden dumped me after I confessed to him about that I was cheating on him with Big. He dumped me. Okay. All right, so Charlotte's still kind of freaked out that she married a guy who can't get it up. Hey, like I said this last review, okay, this is the shit she should have figured out, before they got married, before she proposed to him. Like, who the fuck marries a guy and doesn't have sex with him? I mean, I know that old school, that's how they did it. Nobody fucking does that anymore. Okay, nobody fucking does. Women don't even want to fucking be virgins until they get married anymore, okay? So what do you think guys think, okay? Fuck no. All right, we want to get laid. All right, so what bothers me about this whole relationship that Charlotte has with Trey, okay, isn't so much that he's impotent. Okay, that's believable. That's understandable. There's lots of guys have that problem, okay? What bothers me about this is that he's not doing anything about it. He never talks about it. He never told her about it. He ignores it. He acts like it's not there, And Charlotte has been helping him ignore it. She never brings it up. Okay, pun intended. She never brings it up. Okay, she never complains to him about it. She never talks to him about it. They never deal with it. How the fuck do you go through meeting someone, boyfriend, girlfriend, engagement, and wedding, and never ever talk about your dick not getting hard. Who the fuck does that? They're back from their honeymoon already, and they still haven't talked about it. What the fuck? Who the fuck does that? What kind of guy allows that to happen? Nobody. Nobody. This is bullshit. Okay, so that's going on. Samantha doesn't really give him any help. She talks about like, you know what? Well, you know, you need to check to see if he's maybe he's got a physical problem or psychological. You know, whatever. So Carrie leaves. They don't really help each other out. Carrie ends up leaving. They go to LA. The girls go to LA. Okay, they're all there except for Charlotte, like I said. Okay, so the girls are there. They check into the hotel room. There's some fucking male model in a fish tank in the hotel lobby. Like, why? Is that like an LA thing? Like, that's just kind of stupid. But he's just there. Of course, Samantha's like, hi. You know, doing her fucking flirting thing like she always fucking does. And Miranda's there, of course, bitching about everything. Carrie's there. It turns out they fucked up the Hollywood studios fucked up the reservations. They only got 2 rooms instead of 3. So Miranda's gonna have to stay with Carrie. Okay, and Carrie's like, hey, you better not say shit about my smoking. Okay, because she's back to smoking. Okay, she didn't really quit. Okay, because Miranda hates the smoking. So Miranda's staying with Carrie. Okay, until her room gets ready. Okay, so that's going on here. No smoking allowed. Like I said, the outfits they're wearing that night when they go out look like shit. Okay, they really do. Miranda's wearing this big black dress. Carrie's wearing this low-cut, sideways-cut fucking dress, and she's smoking like crazy. And I swear to God, Samantha looks like she belongs at fucking Studio 54. The only problem is that by the time this episode aired, Studio 54 had already been closed down for like fucking 20 years. Okay, she's wearing an outfit from fucking Logan's Run. Okay. Like, what the fuck? And she's wearing a blue fucking thing around her, a scarf around her. It's dumb. Okay, hey, I'm a straight guy. I really don't pay attention to the fashion of the show. I couldn't tell you what the fuck they're wearing, where they bought it, who designed it. I can't tell you any of that shit, okay? I'm not a fashionado type of person, okay? I don't know anything about that shit, all right? I don't know who the fuck made that dress or how much it costs or where you can get one. I don't fucking know any of that stuff, okay? But if I see if I see one of them wearing something crazy, which is pretty often, I'm gonna call it out, okay? And they look fucking stupid, okay? They do. They look stupid. Okay, and I was a young man back then, and even by those standards back then, they look fucking stupid, okay? Anyway, okay, so they go out to some fucking party or something. Samantha meets some guy, his name is Garth, okay? And she's like, oh, so what do you do when you're not flirting with women? And he's like, oh, I'm a dildo model. She's like, what? Yeah, I'm a dildo model. I do porn. I've got a really big cock. In fact, we're having a sex party to sell a bunch of adult toys, and here's my card, and you are invited. Really? Okay. Well, I mean, is it possible? Yes. I mean, it's LA. You know, a lot of porn is made in LA. So yeah, the guys with the big fucking cocks are gonna all live there. And, you know, and if they fucking, you know, if they do porn, yeah, they're gonna do porn. You know, why not? You know, that's your asset, right? You got a Dirk Diggler of that shit, right? So that's okay. What I don't understand here is what I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag on is like, why is he flirting with Samantha? Okay, she's not the only pretty. In fact, there's younger, prettier girls. We see that later on. There's younger, pretty girls at this party. Why is he flirting with the middle-aged one? Now he says something witty, like you know what? You're definitely an out-of-towner. She's like, well, how do you know that? Because if you weren't, I would have met you by now. Okay, well that's kind of a cheesy line. But why is he flirting with Samantha? Now I could understand if Samantha was flirting with him. Okay? But he's flirting with Samantha when there's a bunch of other younger girls. I mean, they showed girls walking by in just their fucking bikinis that look better than these women do. I mean, the women are attractive. Don't get me wrong. Okay, all 3 of them are attractive. Okay, they are. Okay, Kim Cattrall, Sarah Jessica Parker, fucking, what do you call it? Cynthia Nixon. They're attractive. Okay, relatively attractive. Okay, but they're in their 30s and 40s. Okay, they're surrounded in LA with a bunch of fucking aspiring starlets. Okay, these are women that were them, but like 15 years ago, okay? 20 years ago, okay? So, like, there's a lot of hotter, younger girls. That's the thing about LA, okay? All these beautiful women are there. They all want to fucking be movie stars, okay? But they've only got a small window to make it, you know, when they're young and they're pretty, okay? That's when that's their chick, because that's what people want to see. That's what casting directors want, okay? So, a guy that's out there, a cock model, a porn guy that's out there looking to pick up girls is more likely going to flirt with a younger woman who's trying to make it as an actress, okay? Not a middle-aged woman who's sitting by herself at the bar, okay? That's my only bullshit flag there. It's not realistic. Could it happen? Yes, but it's not likely to happen, okay? A guy like him, he's fucking doing porn. He's used to fucking hot, young 18-year-old girls, tight fucking 18-year-old girls all the fucking time. That's what he's used to. That's what he goes to work for, okay? Not 44-year-old middle-aged women on vacation. See what I mean? Now, if he was getting paid for it, that'd be different. If she was paying him for his services, that would be different, but she's not. Okay, he's just flirting on her because he thinks she's hot. But there's hotter girls there. Sorry, hey, it's straight man's point of view, ladies. I know I'm gonna hurt your feelings here. I don't care. I'm telling you the straight man's point of view. Meanwhile, Miranda's talking to a guy, his name is Mr. Dick. Yeah, that's his real name, Mr. Dick. Yes, I thought about changing it, but it's spelled differently, but whatever. And you're a lawyer, but so she's flirting with him, and it looks like they're going somewhere that some hot girl walks by, a younger hot woman walks by. He notices her and excuses himself, excuse me. And he goes to go talk to her. So now Miranda's feelings are hurt. She was talking to this guy. It looked like it was going somewhere. Miranda wants to get laid. She's on fucking vacation. She wants to get fucking laid. She doesn't have a boyfriend. And, and this guy looks like he wanted to go chase the hot woman. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, okay? The guys are going to chase the hotter, younger, more attractive women. They're not going to go after the middle-aged women, okay? It's not realistic, okay? Not the guys that they want. Okay, this is a show for women, so that's why they bullshit you here. That's the only problem I have with the show is whenever you try to combine a show like this with reality, it doesn't fucking fit. And there's a reason it doesn't fucking fit. All right. Meanwhile, Carrie's there talking to I guess the agent or the producer, the one that's trying to option her Sex and the City story make it into a movie. And she tells her, hey, we got a movie star. And she's like, who is Drew Barrymore? Yeah, she was the thing back then. Yeah, I know. She wasn't some fat, overweight talk show host, complaining about her life or the fact that she fucking was a fucking prostitute at 12, a drug addict at 13, an alcoholic at 14. No, none of that shit. Okay? Now, she complains about that now, but back then, she was hot shit. All right? Even I had it. She was in my top 10. Drew Barrymore was back then she was. Oh, yeah. In the late 90s? Oh, yeah. Drew Barrymore is my type, okay? Not her personality or the drug addiction or the sluttiness or the fucking cocaine addiction or the rehab or all that shit. Okay, none of that. But just the way she looked, because I was more shallow back then. I was more, I was like them. I was like fucking, yeah. Is she hot? Is she hot? Okay, that's all I care about. I'm smarter and wiser now, okay? But back then, anyway. But we're not talking about Drew Barrymore, all right? So anyway, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's the producer that's talking to Carrie. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not the original one, not Christy Swanson, not the one for the movie with Luke Perry in it. Okay, not that one, and with Pee Wee Herman after the fucking jerk-off scandal. Not that one. Not the original one, okay? I'm talking about the TV show, okay? What's his name? Josh. The guy that directed the Avengers. Why can't I think of his name right now? Anyway, he created Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All right. And so lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. So Sarah Michelle Gellar, who everyone knows is married to Freddie Prinze Jr., the Chico and the Man's son. They met on I Know What You Did Last Summer. Anyway, she's there. She's playing the producer. She's barking out orders. She's being a bitch to everybody. Very pompous. Very Hollywood agent producer. Talking about like, you know what, this movie is gonna make $1 million. Okay, chick flick money, not big budget money, but chick flick money. Whoever invented the word chick flick, okay, needs to get their balls cut off. Okay, you know why? Because you've been in love, I've been in love. That means that every woman in the world has been in love. Okay, this movie's gonna make a lot of money. Well, chick flick money. She's talking that way. Hey, guess what we got? She's like, I don't know. Who do we got? Well, guess. Drew Barrymore. Nope. Melissa Joan Hart. Nope. I'm done guessing. Who? He says, Matthew McConaughey. All right. Matthew McConaughey. So Carrie ends up having mating. Matthew McConaughey. That's right. Matthew McConaughey. And this one's a good 6 years before failure to launch. I gotta tell you, when I first saw it, I knew it. I knew right there that I was gonna play big. Now, I gotta tell you, Carrie. You're Carrie. And I'm big. Why the fuck did that not work out? Okay. Okay. So anyways, yeah, so she meets with Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, played by Matthew McConaughey. He plays himself. She says, I don't know why, he's like, I don't know why we shouldn't be together. I love you, Carrie. So they're talking about the script. They're talking about it right here. So they meet Matthew McConaughey. He says, I don't see how it couldn't work between you and Big. He's such a great guy. He's Mr. Cool. Not as cool as me, but he's Mr. Cool. I'm telling you, Carrie. All right. I don't see anybody cooler than Big. What the fuck's the problem, Carrie? Why can't they make it work? And Carrie's like, I don't think it's all Carrie's problem. I think that maybe Big has commitment issues. He goes, that's bullshit, Carrie, and you know it. You know it. I'm an actor, Carrie. I was just kidding there. But really, Carrie, what I really want more than anything else is I just want to fuck you, baby. That's right. I just want to fuck you, Carrie. She's like, she told me you were just gonna talk about optioning my script here. I didn't think we were gonna. I gotta get my nails done at 4:00. He's playing it up, man. He's playing it up. He of course he's doing exaggeration of himself. He's like, she's like, see, I'll be Big, and you can be Carrie. I am Carrie. He's like, we're animals, men and women walking the earth, controlled by our loins. That's right, Carrie. Our loins. Now I'm talking about using them. Using our loins, Carrie. I can see this thing working out so great. It's just a stone's throw away. Stone's throw away. You and me. I can take Carrie. All right. He's like, I thought we were going to talk about, he's like, we're going to get down to the underbelly and figure this shit out. We're going to figure out why they're so fucked up. What do you think of that, Carrie? What do you think of that? She's like, I don't think I don't know why we shouldn't be together. And Carrie's like, okay, she's going to start smoking this. No. Carrie don't smoke. She don't smoke. Okay. Carrie in the movie won't smoke. She's like, you don't smoke in my office either, all right, bitch? That's the end of that. Okay, I'm going to paraphrase some of that, but it pretty much went that way, him doing his fucking thing. Best thing about girls is every year I get older. And every year those high school girls just stay the same. All right. That's right, Carrie. That's right. Yeah. Okay. All right, enough Matthew McConaughey. He's fucking there and he fucking shows up and he fucking sexually harasses her. It should have been Harvey Weinstein. It should have been. That would have been more realistic. Anyway, okay, I don't think Matthew McConaughey has a problem getting girls. All right, so anyway, the girls all go to the dildo party. Yes, the dildo party. Okay, they got a big cake shaped like a cock. And of course, Samantha's in heaven. This is what she's all about, Miranda complains about Mr. Dick leaving her for the younger hot girl. She's like, she wants to get laid, but she doesn't feel comfortable flaunting her sexuality like all the girls in LA are doing. Like all these girls walk around in these high cut skirts, and tight dresses and their hair all done. They're all screaming, fuck me. And Miranda doesn't feel comfortable looking that way. Well, of course she don't feel comfortable looking that way, okay? She's too fucking fat, all right? She's a fucking weight. I'm calling it out. Hey, I don't fucking like you, Cynthia Nixon. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you think. I'm giving you straight man's point of view. And this is what straight guys really, really think, okay? And I don't got my girlfriend here, so I can fucking say it. Like you guys out there right now sitting next to your girlfriend and your wives, you're like, well, honey, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, no, you goddamn well know what I'm talking about, all right? Okay, so that's going on there. They point out some hot girl there at the party. So look at her. I mean, look at that. Look at the way she's wearing that, you know? And she goes, and she looks at her and goes, she looks like a fucking hooker. She's like, excuse me, miss, do you do porn? She's like, no, I'm actually an attorney for Disney. He goes, he's like, I believe it. The times I've been to LA, yeah, it's all about sex. It's all about sex appeal. It's about trying to fuck somebody who's gonna get you a fucking job. That's what it's all about. Okay, that's what it's all for. It's always been that way. It's always been that way. Okay, so Carrie's pissed off at another meeting with Matthew McConaughey. She wanted to meet him again. Okay, even though they were in that movie together, Fill Your Lunch. Remember that one? Where she plays the woman that gets hired to get guys to move out of their fucking parents' house because they're in their fucking 30s. Remember that movie? That piece of shit movie. I saw it. I thought it was okay, you know, but yeah, it wasn't very realistic, you know. Anyway, so average death per woman is 5 inches. Oh yeah. So they're there. And Chris, he's the guy Garth is there, the guy with the big fucking cock. He's autographing boxes of his fucking dildos that he's selling. So Samantha's there in line. Hey, you want to autograph this? Right down to my friend Samantha Jones, who's in room 555 of the Ritz-Carlton. You know, he's like, I'll deliver it personally. Hell yeah. Anyway, so that's going on, right? Because that would happen in real life, you know. Like I said, you got all these fucking young, hot, it's a fucking sex party, okay? You're gonna tell me there's no fucking young, hot, big-tittied fucking 19-year-olds in there? You're gonna tell me there's none of that for him to hit on? Fuck no. There's fucking 44-year-old fucking Samantha, okay? That's what he's gonna go with? Come on. I'm not saying he wouldn't fuck her. I'm saying he would only fuck her, okay? He seems to be in fucking love with her. And I'm like, why? Why? I mean, she's an attractive woman, but I mean, you got better options here. What the fuck? It's not realistic. Not realistic. I'm sorry to piss you off, ladies, but it's not realistic. All right. So anyway, so they end up fucking, you know. They end up fucking a lot, okay, making a lot of noises. Fucking Carrie can't sleep. I guess Miranda snores through the whole thing. She didn't hear nothing. But Carrie can't sleep because all she hears is fucking Garth plowing his fucking girth inside fucking Samantha, you know, fucking nonstop all night long. Like there's a fucking camera on him. All right? So that's going on. Okay, the next day, fucking Samantha, during breakfast, Samantha gives Carrie and Miranda dildos, free dildos of Garth, for their collection, okay? Carrie gives hers back, like, I don't really need this, you know? but Miranda keeps hers because she can't find a guy. So she's like, oh my God, damn, look how big this thing is, you know? You realize the average depth for a vagina is 5 inches? Well, what am I gonna do with this? It's not about length, it's about width. Yes, absolutely, it's about width. Hey, guys, for those of you who don't know, okay, yes, size fucking matters, okay? Now that was a big fucking gargantuan. That's probably gonna hurt a woman, all right? I'm pretty sure that would hurt a woman, okay? Guys that are not quite that big can hurt a woman. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. But anyway, yeah, so Miranda wants to keep her dildo, whatever. Oh, fuck. This is a fucking stupid bullshit subplot. Okay, so meanwhile, Charlotte's upset. So she calls Carrie in LA. Trey won't talk about his impotence. He refuses to talk about it. He's embarrassed by it. We don't see any scenes about this. She just, you know, he's embarrassed by it, so she doesn't want to, you know, so she doesn't bring it up, and we don't see it. Okay, pun intended. Okay, Carrie tells her, put a ring of paper around it, and that way see if it's a physical problem or if it's an emotional, you know, psychological problem, okay? So she decides that's what she's going to do. Meanwhile, Samantha and Garth are, you know, they're fucking and stuff, and he pushes her away in bed. He's like, don't you want to know more about me? She's like, well, okay. What is there to know about you? She's like, you know, I'm a poet. I've been published in the Amicus Journal. You want to hear one? She's like, no. Okay, sure. But she doesn't really want to hear. So he gets into this fucking long diatribe like he's fucking Edgar Allan Poe or some shit. Like he's in a fucking coffee shop in the 1950 beatnik. You know, talking about poetry that he wrote. Who gives a shit? Okay? This is not how you meet someone with poetry. And this is a bullshit flag number 2 right here, or number 5 right here, okay? If a guy's into poetry and he's also doing porn, okay, he's not gonna fucking meet a girl and talk about his big cock and take her to a fucking sex party and then expect her to like his fucking poetry. That's not how it fucking works. He would meet a girl at a poetry reading or book club or some sort of fucking book signing or something to do with poetry. He would meet her there. Then after they get to know each other, then he would pull out the fucking big fucking Johnson and tell her about how he fucking, fucks hot ass women for a living. Okay? That's how that would happen realistically. It wouldn't happen the other way around, but they're doing it because it's the bullshit show. Because like I said, this is bullshit. This wasn't written by straight guys. Okay? This was written by gay guys, feminists, and lesbians. And this is how it happens in their world, all right? So of course Samantha's not turned on by his poetry. She doesn't give a shit about his poetry. He's basically a human dildo to her. So she's like, fuck it, I'm going to keep the dildo and 86 this asshole. And that's what happens. So another guy fucking out the door. Another one and done. Okay, meanwhile, Charlotte decides she's going to put the fucking tape around his dick. Samantha's bored, like I said, Samantha's bored by his poetry. She 86 the asshole. She keeps the dildo. Charlotte. Okay, so Charlotte's there, and she wants to fuck Trey. Trey's on the computer going over, I guess, the list for her from the wedding, all the gifts and all that. And she's trying to get his attention. She's like, hey, honey, let's go to bed. I'm horny. And she doesn't say that, but she's doing everything but say the obvious. She's horny, and she wants to fuck. And he's playing it off like he doesn't understand that his wife is fucking horny. He doesn't realize that they haven't had sex the entire time they've been married, or ever, for that matter. He doesn't realize that his wife might actually want him to fucking pound her to fucking death. He doesn't understand that. That goes right over his head. He's more concerned with the fucking the invitations going out or the fucking thank you notes going out for the wedding and the gifts being correct than fucking pleasing his own fucking wife. What kind of fucking newlywed husband would think that way? Okay, it'd be one thing if he was upset about it and that's why he can't have sex with her. It would be one thing if it bothered him and he's trying to distract himself, but he's not even doing that. He's acting like this isn't even a fucking thing. He's acting like he doesn't realize that he can't get a fucking hard on and that his wife's fucking upset. He doesn't realize that at all. It never even occurred to his fucking mind. He's like fucking 40 years old and he doesn't fucking realize this shit? Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. He doesn't realize that his wife isn't happy? He doesn't see that at all? More concerned with the fucking guest list from the wedding than fucking pleasing his own wife? That's bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit. Never happened in real life. Moving right along. Like I said, Trey's a fucking cartoon character. He's not a real fucking person. He's not a real human being. No husband would do this. Okay, if a husband had a problem getting it up, he'd be upset about it or he would do something about it. He wouldn't fucking pretend it's not there. For Christ's sake, you just got married and neither him nor his wife have mentioned that he can't get it up and that they haven't had sex yet? Come on. That's bullshit. All right. So Carrie meets a guy in a hotel. She's out by the pool smoking a cigarette. She thinks everyone in this episode has been telling Carrie, quit, put out your cigarette. It's LA. You can't smoke. You can't smoke here. You can't smoke here. You can't smoke here. Like even when Carrie was at the movie studio, she went to like the fake New York City lot and she sat on the steps in a fake brownstone. And the security guard told her, hey, listen, you can't smoke here. She's like, yeah, I'm outside. You can't smoke in LA. You can't smoke anywhere now. But back then that was a huge new thing. You can't smoke it, anywhere. Okay. So anyway, so Carrie's upset. She thinks this guy is gonna fucking like tell her to put out her cigarette. She's like, I'm putting it out, okay? I'm putting it out. He's like, no. I just want to see if you had another one. I want to join you. She's like, no, I don't. I just want to be alone. He's like, okay. So she wants to be alone. Okay, she wants to meet any guy, and that's probably the best thing for her. She wants to be meeting any guys right now, not on vacation. Okay, it's nothing meaningful is gonna happen. Now if it was a guy, I'd be like, fuck yeah, get laid while you're out there. Get over this fucking bitch that fucking cheated on you. Absolutely, dude. Fuck as many girls as you can, you'll feel better. But, this is from the girl's point of view, so no. That's the last thing she needs. Like I said, it's easier for a woman to get laid than it is for a guy. So if a guy's going through a heartbreak like that, he needs to get fucking laid. If a girl's going through a heartbreak like that, she needs to cut it out. All right. So that happens there, and she decides that she doesn't want to have the movie made about her. She wants to go. Miranda